This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.
So when Rick Ross said that the top informant made $5 million, he probably talking about a black top informant that literally taking out 6,000 drug dealers. That's probably that informant. But these other corporate world informants, oh, they making 100 M's and up. 2.5 M's and up. Like they not making just 5 million. They're making money. Welcome back to the Altgeld Kingpins YouTube Channel, where we talk about confidential informants. First time bumping into the channel, watch the entire video. You might like it, learn something. Subscribe, hit the bell, and binge watch all the rest of the videos. Copy some of the Altgeld Kingpins merchandise, or you can donate to the channel. Anywhere I go, everything comes back to this channel to support you guys for supporting me. Back to what I said with the corporations that I told you. I'm gonna show you guys how they make the big bucks and who makes the big bucks. We still on chapter 7, how the other half lives, white collar and other kinds of cooperation. Listen to this. I'm on page 153. The story, back to what I said with the corporations that I told you. I'm gonna show you guys how they make the big bucks and who makes the big bucks. We still on chapter 7, how the other half lives, white collar and other kinds of cooperation. Listen to this. I'm on page 153. The story revealed that from 1992 to 2001, SEC enforcement attorneys referred 609 cases to the Justice Department for potential criminal charges. Of that number, 187 cases were actually prosecuted, 104 individuals were found guilty, and 87 went to jail. Even the highest profile wrongdoers served relatively low sentences. Now think about this. Now let's take it back to the 80s, even before I was born. In 1986, Michael Milken was famously sentenced to 10 years for an illegal insider trading scheme worth upwards of $100 million. He was eventually released after serving 2 years because he agreed to testify against one of his former colleagues. This is 2021 right now. We talking about 1986, 100 million. 100 million in 1986 is upwards of 250, 300 million these days, if not more. He served 2 years because he testified on another colleague. So he got they never talk about what happened with the 100 million. They never talk about if he got to keep it or if did he invest it, or they never talked about none of this stuff. So when I say this to everybody, to all the hard workers in the world, to everybody that has jobs, careers, or businesses, whatever you have. I say this because of this. I know for a fact with just reading that, and I want you to understand this. FBI were established in 1908, and they've been using informants ever since then. As you can see, the informants have leniency on their terms. They also can keep money, and they also end up getting paid money. So now, if you think about this from 1908, how much criminal activity been happening since 1908, and they allow these informants to get paid and do all this stuff? How many of these companies and billionaires and millionaires there's right now, that's investors and own these big corporate, how many of them, or if not them, their parents or grandparents, may have been informants? Think about it. They may have been informants, they invested the money, changed the name of the company, and then it's something else. Now, this is not a shout out, or this is not one of the companies, but I just want to let you guys in on something. We all know FedEx. There's no shout to FedEx, but it's just, this is what it is. We all know FedEx. FedEx was not the original name. The original name was Federal Express. And if you research Federal Express, and there was a Supreme Court case, or there was a case that I ended up reading, well, one of the workers at Federal Express end up getting a package. The package ended up opening, and there was drugs in the package. They took it to their supervisor. Supervisor called the police. Police still delivered it to the person. Then they arrested them with it. That person didn't go to jail. I think, if I understand it right, the person didn't go to jail because the package was not supposed to be opened. So now a whole debacle happened with that situation, and then you guys can research that. But let's really put this into perspective. If they allow him to keep this $100 million in 1986, and he invested it, and now he worth $1 billion, or his son, or his daughter, or his brother, or his sister, or his whoever in his family he gave some money to for them to open up a business and then become successful, how are we looked at as the negative or the wrongdoers when potentially majority of these companies or business people around could potentially have been informants in the past, if not still now? And if not them, their parents, and if not their parents, their grandparents. So they learn the system, they work the system, they get the money, they play in the game that we playing, because this is all a big ass game. They play it, they get the money from the government, and they put it into something else. And it's just that simple. But we look at them as, oh, they donated all this money. They're these great people. They did this, they did this, they did that. And the whole time, they just donating taxpayers' dollars back. That's all they doing. Because they worked off they crimes, or they end up working and getting paid for this stuff. Or like they insider traded, made all this money and was able to keep it because they told on somebody. And then they just donated some of the money. So this is these videos are going to show you guys that it is not just us in the hood that's doing this informant stuff. They have big time informants that's making money. So when Rick Ross said that the top informant made $5 million, he probably talking about a black top informant that literally taking out 6,000 drug dealers. That's probably that informant. But these other corporate world informants, oh, they making 100 M's and up. 2.5 M's and up. Like they not making just 5 million. They're making money. Now they can take that 100 million, invest in it. He already insider traded, so he can take that 100 million and then already have inside knowledge that, hey, this company's getting ready to double. Put his 100 million in there and turn his 100 million to 500 million plus. So how is this okay? Now that you guys know this information, what do you think? Is it right? Is it not right? Is it like, man, hey, if I had that money, I'd possibly do the same thing? Or is it really just messing up society where we having a lot of people that have a lot of money that did wrong? And I want you guys to, and speaking of insider trading, watch the movie Inside Man. Now that you guys know this information, what do you think? Is it right? Is it not right? Is it like, man, hey, if I had that money, I'd possibly do the same thing? Or is it really just messing up society where we having a lot of people that have a lot of money that did wrong? And I want you guys to, and speaking of insider trading, watch the movie Inside Man or Inside Job, something like that, where he stayed inside the bank and he was robbing the bank because there was a reason. I'm not going to give the movie away. I want you guys to watch the movie so you can see what I'm talking about in this. So that's all I got to say for this video. Like, share, subscribe, leave your comments below, donate to the channel, cop some of the Altgeld Kingpin merchandise. Man, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Let's talk about the corporate world informants. See you guys.
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.